Hi friends, good morning. I hope all of you are keeping in good health. Today is Monday, and as usual, I keep posting small topics every Monday. Today, our topic will be the last topic as a conclusion part, which we discussed on what is the success of franchise business in India. I'm highly glad and thankful that all of you have started liking my videos, and many of you have started, improvising it in your day-to-day business models, in your day-to-day work culture, in day-to-day activities. So, without wasting much time, let us start the conclusion part. I told you what are the ways to scale up your franchise business and what are the major things which you need to understand before buying any franchise or before selling any franchise. And at the end of the subject, I also discussed that there were two basic models in the franchise business. One is the consignment or the SOR model, other was the sole model. In most of the franchise models, there are three or four component of the investment which a franchisor expects. One is the money against your stock. Second is the money which you spend on the capital expenditure or the capex in terms of your fixtures and furnitures. And third is your a small promotional fees, or you can say a franchise fees. Some brands, they charge a certain small amount as a royalty as well. So we'll just take it ahead. In SOR model, what happens when you buy the stock? It stands for sale or return. Today you buy an X amount of price of MRP of stock, and against which you have to deposit Y amount of money. Now the beauty of this model is that if any of the stock you're not been able to roll out, or maybe you have not been able to sell out in the stores, so in this model what happened, the stock gets returned back to the company, and they replace it with the latest styles or demand of existing articles which most of the people of that city likes. So the customers are able to understand what they need. The franchisee also try to understand what is the fashion in his town or city, and accordingly he communicates these informations to the stockist or to the master franchisee or to the operations team of the brand, and finally they replenish the stock and give the fresh articles. So there is no wastage of any stock, there is no stock wastage of any dump articles. So the money is adjusted against that, and the stock correction could be 50% or could be even 40% or 30%. Whereas in sole model, what happens, once you buy the stock of certain value in the store, that stock belongs to the franchisee. Now franchisee has to be very cautious while choosing the articles, what are the fashions. So he has to be very much conscious on the merchandiser. He has to make the complete core subject on, or the subject or the list of the product which they normally give it to any franchisee, as certain percentage is the core selling product, certain is the fashion, certain is the lifestyle, and certain might be accessories. So what I personally feel, the big brands are okay to go, but whereas the regional brands, where there are a lot of deviations in the market, lot of changes, lot of taste, fashion, trends. So in such case they should always prefer to go for an SOR model or the consignment model, so that even if in case the first lot of the stock comes into your store as a store opening, and for example X article is not sold out, so you can return back to the company and you can get back the fresh article and can be adjusted. Whereas in case of sole model, I think the regional brands should not go for any kind of such models of what do you call it, sole model, because franchisee does not know, he does not have an idea. Tomorrow if he buys the stock, that stock is piled up in his what do you call it, in his storeroom or in his stock room, and tomorrow again to buy the fresh stock he has to pay money to the franchisor. So most of the cases I've seen that the sold models where you buy the stock at one go and you cannot return those stock to the franchisor. So it is a big risk for the startup or the starters who are not expert into leasing or who does not have a knowledge about retail business. Because as I said that most of the franchise are being taken by women, almost 26%, and 35% of the franchise buyers are the fresh people or the new people. And the common trend is that most of the graduates and the postgraduates, they take the franchises. So you need to ensure as a franchisee that you should go for the consignment model where you have almost 30-40% of the stock correction, so that you will be able to rotate the store ambience, footfall, sales properly based on the demand. Whereas if you are going for the top brands, there is no problem for even sold model. Okay, and as I said that margins has to be decided, and the location is very important, because what happens, you make a very beautiful store, you have a very good stock, you have a very good cooperative franchisor or a master franchisee who is guiding you everything, but the location is not good, because it is the location which will ensure that thing has to be rolling in a very proper way. So in such situation the store again falls into bad situation and it finally bleeds. So occupancy cost is to be less than 12%. Always try to focus that when you make the total margins which you get as a franchisee, maybe some brands give 37%, some give 40%, and in some cases end of the season sales you even give little bit discounts to the customers. So always ensure that whatever margins you're getting, the occupancy cost should be focused to minimize into 10% or max 12. Rest 3 or 4% you will be spending on the stationaries and other aspects. So your margins has to be decided by the franchise well, so that you can ensure that you don't bleed at the end of the day. You earn something and go out of the business. And I would also request few ways which I personally feel, I might be wrong, but it again depends upon different perception. I've seen a lot of companies who opens their company-owned, company-operated stores first of all, and once the stores start generating good profit, when the EBITDA is positive, then they convert those profit-making stores to the franchise model. So that is a very good idea. In fact, why? What customer base you have created, what is the sale in that store. So franchisee also is very interested in taking the franchisee, and he's also happy to have a long-term relationship with you, so that he does not bleed. Because first initial 1.5 years you just take time to understand the market. What are the products which are in demand, what are the price which are in demand, what should be the colors, sizes, everything, as I discussed in my last video. So ensure that if you are going for any franchise model, it will be better if the existing running store could be converted into a franchise model, or if it is going to happen for the first time, you should go for the SOR or the consignment model. And if the brand has to go for the top end brands, as I said, 16% of the brand are international brands. So in such case, there is no problem. You can even go for sold model. So it's already 8 minutes 57 seconds, friends. For any further queries, you can personally reach me in my number. And I wish you all the best again, and God bless you. And hope you all have enjoyed my videos. And this is how you will scale up your business in every aspect. Thank you so much.